where you make your money is your authentic ability to be dynamic in your market space and actually create your own blue ocean. So here's the challenge. People normally believe that there's not enough. They have an outlook of scarcity, and they have an outlook of lack, and they have an outlook of why there's just not enough for us all. But the truth is, the earth replenishes itself no matter what. It doesn't need humans to do what humans we don't have any contribution to the photosynthetic process, right? The photosynthesis, right? That's like fifth grade, like science or something. But I'm just saying, we don't have any contribution to that. That happens with or without us, right? So the point that I'm trying to make here is that we must evolve with the times and be as dynamic as the universe that's evolving around us if we want to stay relevant. And then this particular market, your relevancy is where you meet people on a human to human basis. So I'm going to give you a perfect example of what this means. Okay, so as a real estate investor, I speak to people regarding their personal situation. If the property comes up, great, we'll talk about the property. But when I'm on the phone or I'm having a conversation with another person who I'm potentially getting ready to make an offer to, the property is secondary. I'm really trying to understand what they're going through and then relate my solution to helping them fix their personal challenge. So whether they just got divorced, whether they just got a bankruptcy, whether they have a family member that's sick in another state and they have to all of a sudden relocate when they thought they never would have to relocate, whether they are trying to downsize and they want to be able to explore the world. They've always dreamt of traveling across the world and backpacking it or something like that, and they have a property that's holding them back and like prohibiting them from experiencing that best life that they envision themselves having. I speak to that thing, right? So I paint that picture for them like, well, what would it be like for you if you had this experience right now in real time? What would that feeling evoke in your life? What would that change be? And then of course they light up, because that's really what they want. They want someone to listen to them regarding what their desires and their hopes and dreams are, right? And then I says, okay, how I can help you realize this potential situation in your life that you're trying to create, whatever it is with this cash offer or is with this creative financing opportunity that I can share with you. And they're like, oh, well, that totally makes sense, because it's not necessarily the offer. It's the fact that I address what they were going through. And I believe that licensed professionals, for them, they feel a little bit intimidated. And this is only my opinion. I think that they feel intimidated, or they're like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. That's private. Well, guess what? My bank account needs me to talk about this. Real. Education needs me to talk about this. Like my retirement, my 401k, my self-directed IRA, my stocks and my bonds need me to talk about this. So I'm going to take it there. Every single opportunity I get, I am going to take it there with another human being. But what that takes is courage, Marky. You got to be okay with self first, because if you're having these challenges in your own life, then sometimes it's going to occur to you that it may be offensive to have those conversations with a stranger, but you can have those conversations in the virtual setting, in your live, or face to face, if that's the case, if you're having a sit down consultation. And I promise you, you will be unique and dynamic, and you will get the deal. You'll get the listing, right? If that's your intent, you will get the listing, because your new client will say to you, wow, no one's ever asked me that question. No one's ever cared. All they ever cared about was having me sign on this line, on this contractual agreement for me to get 6 and 7% to sell my property. But you never asked me, what do I plan on doing with this money? Why in the world are you selling your house in this market? I ask every seller that question. Are you crazy? And I mean, as a matter of fact, I even say it like they crazy. I'm like, why are you selling your property in this market? Like my voice goes, like my pitch go up in this market. They second guessing themselves. They like, well, I don't know. Like something came up and I just gotta sell. And I'll be like, what up? You know, now I'm inquisitive. What came up? What changed? You know, and that makes it human.